In a world where the ancient art of alchemy weaves both beauty and sorrow into the tapestry of life, the journey of Edward Elric unfolds like a gentle lullaby, a tender narrative of sacrifice, hope, and the relentless quest for redemption. This is the entire story of Edward Elric, told in a measured cadence designed to ease your mind and invite you into a serene state of reflective repose as you drift toward a peaceful slumber. As you listen, let your thoughts wander like the soft meandering of a mountain stream, and allow each word to gently guide you into a realm of calm and introspection. Born into a time when magic and science converged in mysterious and unpredictable ways, Edward's childhood was marked by both wonder and heartache. Even as a young boy, his eyes sparkled with the promise of discovery, a promise that glowed like the first light of dawn over a quiet, dew-kissed field. In the small town where he first learned the language of alchemy, every day held the potential for miracles. The air itself seemed saturated with possibility, and the earth whispered ancient secrets waiting to be unfurled. Yet alongside this luminous hope, there lay the silent shadows of loss. Tragedy touched his life at a tender age, shattering the fragile illusions of perfection and setting him on a path where every dream carried a weight of sorrow. In those early days, the notion of equivalent exchange was not merely an alchemical law. It was a guiding principle that Edward would come to understand with profound clarity. The universe, he learned, demanded balance, a delicate equilibrium where every gain was countered by an inevitable loss. This lesson was etched into his heart with the quiet finality of a fading sunset. It was in the midst of this painful realization that a deep and resilient spirit began to blossom within him, a spirit that would drive him to confront the darkest corners of his past in search of a way to mend what had been broken. Through long, silent nights under starlit skies, Edward would often sit in solitude, reflecting upon the mysteries of alchemy and the tumult of his own emotions. The gentle glow of candlelight would cast soft shadows across his study, where ancient tomes and weathered scrolls told tales of miracles and misfortunes alike. In that hushed sanctuary, every word he read and every formula he attempted seemed imbued with a quiet magic, a magic that promised not only the power to transform base substances into something precious, but also the possibility of healing his wounded soul. Yet, as he delved deeper into the secrets of his craft, he discovered that not all truths were kind. Some bore the bitter taste of consequence, and every triumph was laced with the echo of a sacrifice. As Edward grew into his own, his path became intertwined with a circle of companions who, like him, carried their own burdens and dreams. Foremost among them was his beloved brother, Alphonse, whose gentle spirit and unwavering loyalty were the very embodiment of hope in a world ravaged by the strict laws of alchemy. Together, they embarked on a journey that would lead them through the labyrinthine corridors of fate, a journey defined by both unspeakable loss and the tender emergence of hope. Side by side, they learned that even amidst the cold rigors of destiny, the warmth of compassion could be a beacon to guide them through the dark. Their travels led them to places of legend and mystery, ruined laboratories where the echoes of long-forgotten experiments whispered through crumbling walls, and ancient cities where the remnants of a bygone era hinted at the promise of renewal. In every new setting, Edward and Alphonse encountered both beauty and despair, each experience adding a thread to the ever-growing tapestry of their lives. The quiet cadence of bustling marketplaces, the soft murmur of voices in hidden libraries, and the serene silence of snowy landscapes all came together to create a world that was as enchanting as it was brutal. Yet it was not only the external world that shaped Edward's destiny. It was also the vast, uncharted realm of his inner life. There, amidst the swirling mists of memory and emotion, he wrestled with the consequences of a single, catastrophic mistake, a forbidden act of alchemy committed in the desperate hope of defying fate itself. That fateful day, when the boundaries of nature were stretched beyond their limits, left an indelible mark upon his very soul. His body bore the scars of that choice, visible reminders of the price he paid for his ambition. But it was the invisible toll on his heart, that quiet burden of regret and longing, which proved to be the most profound. With each day that passed, the weight of that burden became a silent metronome, measuring the relentless cost of defying the natural order. In the soft stillness of twilight, when the world seemed to hold its breath between one heartbeat and the next, Edward would allow himself a moment of reflection, a brief respite from the ceaseless demand for atonement. In these moments, the chaotic symphony of life gave way to a gentle melody, where even the most profound sorrows transformed into quiet lessons of endurance. He came to understand that his journey was not defined by a single, irreversible act, but rather by the slow and deliberate process of mending the broken fragments of his own spirit. The art of alchemy, in its truest form, was not merely about transformation of matter, but about the subtle metamorphosis of the self. And in that quiet metamorphosis, every tear shed, every memory revisited, was a step on the path toward redemption. In the fading light of an autumn day, as golden leaves danced softly upon the breeze, Edward found himself immersed in a profound sense of gratitude amidst the myriad trials of his life. The gentle rustle of nature's chorus, accompanied by the distant song of a solitary bird, served as a reminder that even the most shattered heart could eventually learn to beat with a new rhythm, a rhythm that, though born of sorrow, was imbued with hope. With each breath, he embraced the paradox that the very same forces which had inflicted such deep wounds could also nurture the seeds of healing. In that serene realization, he discovered a quiet strength, a determination to accept the imperfections of his existence and to find beauty in the fragile, fleeting moments of peace. Throughout his long and arduous journey, Edward encountered many who had also been touched by tragedy. Each of these encounters, whether brief or enduring, added another verse to his endless ballad of pain and perseverance. In quiet villages where time seemed to slow, he listened to the whispered tales of elders who recalled the days of old, a time when magic flowed freely, and every sunrise held the promise of renewal. In the soft murmur of community gatherings, amidst gentle smiles and wistful glances, he found solace in shared memories and the bittersweet understanding that even the deepest wounds could eventually give rise to compassion. With every passing season, Edward's life ebbed and flowed like the tide, bringing with it moments of both bitter regret and tender triumph. In the chill of winter's embrace, as frost-laden branches shivered under the weight of silence, he sought refuge in the warmth of memories, a quiet recollection of days when laughter rang out and the simple joy of being was enough to heal the scars of time. And as spring emerged from the icy grip of night, with blossoms unfurling like hopeful promises on fragile stems, he too allowed himself to dream again. In that gentle rebirth of life, he recognized that the process of healing was as natural as the cycle of the seasons, a delicate balance of loss and resurgence that echoed the eternal law of equivalent exchange. Edward's journey was not confined solely to the physical realm. It was equally a pilgrimage of the soul. In the quiet corners of his mind, where shadows of past mistakes mingled with the light of newfound hope, he discovered the true essence of redemption. It was in the stillness of these introspective moments that he learned to forgive, not only those who had wronged him, but also the self that had faltered in the face of impossible odds. Each soft, measured breath carried with it the promise that every ending, no matter how painful, held within it the seeds of a gentle, new beginning. The art of healing, he realized, was not about erasing the past, but about weaving its lessons into the fabric of one's life until even the deepest wounds could be transformed into a quiet mosaic of strength and wisdom. In a moment of serene solitude, beneath a sky scattered with softly twinkling stars, Edward found himself contemplating the delicate interplay of fate and free will. The universe, with all its unfathomable mysteries, seemed to conspire to teach him that every moment, no matter how fleeting, was imbued with infinite significance. The quiet hum of the night, the soft glow of distant constellations, and the gentle rustle of the wind all spoke to him in a language older than time, a language of eternal cycles, of impermanence, and of the quiet acceptance that life was as much about letting go as it was about holding on. It was in that profound communion with the cosmos that he allowed himself to surrender to the natural flow of existence, a flow that, like a meandering river, carried him onward, gently eroding the rough edges of regret and polishing the inner depths of his soul with the subtle grace of time. As the days and nights melted together in an endless tapestry of experience, Edward's tale became a cupped meditation on the resilience of the human spirit. In quiet moments of reflection, he often recalled the faces of those who had helped him bear the burden of his past, a mosaic of kindred souls whose compassion had lit the way during the darkest hours. Their voices, tender and filled with quiet understanding, resonated within him like a soft refrain, each echo a testament to the fact that even in a world governed by the unyielding laws of nature, the warmth of human connection was a force capable of transcending all boundaries. It was this unspoken bond, a fragile yet enduring link between hearts, that gave him the strength to continue his journey, step by careful step, toward the horizon of a hopeful tomorrow. Amidst the landscapes of battle-worn memories and the still, unchanging beauty of nature, Edward slowly began to reforge his identity from the scattered fragments of his past. With every challenge he faced and every loss he endured, he built within himself an inner sanctuary, a quiet space where the clamor of the world could be silenced, and only the soft whispers of hope remained. In this sanctuary, every tear became a gentle benediction, every scar a delicate reminder that strength is often born from adversity, and every faltering step a soft promise that tomorrow would bring a new chance to heal. In the measured cadence of each passing day, he came to embody the timeless truth that even the most shattered heart can, in time, learn to beat anew. In the gentle twilight of his soul, Edward discovered a remarkable transformation. No longer defined solely by the burdens of his past or the strict demands of alchemical law, he emerged as a living testament to the quiet power of resilience and the enduring beauty of redemption. His eyes, once filled with the anguish of unbearable loss, now shimmered with the delicate light of hope, a light that promised that every ending was inextricably woven with the possibility of a new beginning. In the soft acceptance of his own imperfection, he found that true strength was not the absence of pain, but the tender courage to embrace life in all its intricacy, to cherish every quiet moment of solace, and to believe that even the darkest night eventually gives way to the gentle glow of dawn. And so, as you listen to this softly spoken retelling of Edward Elric's extraordinary journey, allow each word to seep into your mind like a warm, comforting embrace. Let the measured cadence of his story guide you along a pathway where every gentle memory is a stepping stone toward inner peace. As the narrative unfolds like a timeless lullaby, may you feel your own worries and regrets dissipate into the quiet hum of the night, replaced by a tranquil certainty that within every heart there lies a reservoir of strength waiting to be renewed with each new sunrise. In the calm recesses of your mind, as you settle into the quiet comfort of sleep, remember that Edward's tale is not merely a chronicle of hardship and loss, but a soft reminder of the transformative power of forgiveness, acceptance, and hope. His story, woven from the delicate threads of pain and perseverance, invites you to embrace life's imperfections, and to find solace in the gentle continuity of every new day. It is a narrative that, like the soft murmur of a lullaby in the still of the night, offers a sanctuary, a place where even the most troubled soul can find the courage to heal and the strength to dream once more. Let the soft, rhythmic flow of his words carry you away into a serene haven where every breath is a quiet promise of renewal, and every heartache is but a prelude to the tender bloom of tomorrow's hope. As the long, winding tale of Edward Elric drifts softly into the tapestry of your dreams, may you too find comfort in the silent depths of your own being, a space where every sorrow is met with the gentle solace of understanding, and where the light of a new dawn awaits to embrace you with all its tender warmth. Good night, dear dreamer, and may the delicate melody of this story guide you into a realm of peaceful rest, where the ceaseless dance of life's trials gives way to the quiet, unhurried promise of a brighter, gentler tomorrow.